right, what up, everybody? We're back. Episode, I don't know. We got the usual, the boys here.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Before we do get started, I have a bunch of Patreons that I need to shout out. That this Patreon list is not loading. Why is it not loading? Okay, here we go.
Bad streamer.
You shut up. I want to murder you and your family.
You were so
Damn.
fucking today, Manlet. I've only talked to you for 30 seconds today, and I already want to fucking block you again today.
Giovanni, Comic Nerd, George Burgess, Dr. Dopey, Brad Pittman, Zero Offline, @LatBullet Gamer, Clarence the Shark, Zombie Hunter, Local Car Mechanic, Brad the Man, Trust Upgrades, Dalton Peterson, Icy Storm, Trent Weaver, Joseph Hamblin, Aquahana Maru, OG Chief, Fat Lucky Potato, Jordan Boylan, Benjamin Richards, Flayed Father, Articuno, Plague Doctor, Caleb Roach, Harry Hudson, Game Changer, Zach Anderson, Jacob Weiser, Brian, thank you, I want to touch your peepees. Thank you very much.
Dude, Brad the Man, shout out to you. I remember you from Vegas, and I actually recorded a video with him once.
So did
I called
I.
the Dead video. Yeah, dude, shout out to you, Brad. You're the best.
Man. So
And
Tim,
he's a Patreon supporter.
your podcast, fill us in. What are you doing, bud?
Okay, so I have a pretty good outline of what I want to do. I want to start a podcast, and I want to start a Patreon alongside it, because I think it'll be a weekly podcast to start off. I think I'm going to do it once a week. And to start off, since I don't know exactly what I want to do, I'm going to start off by having guests on, because, you know, we as YouTubers, as influencers, if you will, we have connections, you know, we have some interesting people we could talk to, some interesting zombies YouTubers, you know, successful, interesting people, you know, to name a few, like Crazy Rabbit,
That
Smith
guy
Plays,
is a
Mr.
piece
T
of shit.
Lexify, Codename Pizza. I mean, there's just like an endless list of people that I can have on as a guest and just talk to, and that'll be interesting to start off with. So, but that'll be my first step. And I don't know if you guys have any good names for a Tim Hansen type podcast. Let me know in the comments. Of course, I'm always open to ideas. That's one of the biggest parts I'm struggling with, is the name of it. But I'm gonna start a Patreon alongside it. I got it all figured out. Like, I'm gonna have a $5 tier for like people that want to engage in community posts, and I'm gonna have like a $10 tier for people who want that, plus like
Are you gonna do a $20 tier where if they do 20s you get to play a game with them? You gonna do that again?
I fucking tried that once, and I am not making that mistake again, dude. But I love you guys, but dear God, I was not anticipating that many people wanting to play a game of zombies with me.
That was funny.
For $20 a month. I thought I was overcharging for that, but apparently I was underselling that. But so I want to do a couple different tiers with like benefits, including like being able to ask me questions, whether it's advice or if it's relating to the guest that's on. You know, there'll be a tier. I might involve some merch pretty soon, because I want to get back on the whole merch thing. That's not too much effort either. I want to get an official podcast sponsor. G Fuel's great, and they sponsor me, but I want to get a sponsor that like
Gamer subs all the way.
a lot more. But I'm excited because it's gonna be a really good way for me to make a lot more money again. And I know that sounds really fucked up, but I'm like, your boy hasn't been uploading a lot, so
Yeah, that's how it be, man.
It's business. At the end of the day, YouTube's your job, and you gotta work. So
Yeah.
Well, but I'm excited to just be able to kind of like, like I said, I'm working on this BO4 analysis at the moment. I'm done with that, Cold War, then I'm done with zombies, and then I'm gonna just start the podcast, and I'll start off with a couple of guests. Like, I think the Smith Plays will probably be either you or him, I think.
Make it him, because he was the one that got
one of you three.
He was your inspiration for YouTube, right?
Him and Lex were the two guys that like both inspired me together.
I would get them two on first.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, so that'll be my starting point, and then, you know, at that point, once I establish it, then it'll kind of like go from there. And plus, I'm doing this podcast as well, and that gives me good ideas. And we're always talking, and so I'm getting there. I'm taking legitimate action day by day. I'm getting a little bit more done, wrapping up the zombies, and then starting up this new podcast, and that'll become my life and my career.
Are you gonna upload it on your current channel? Or are you gonna make a new channel?
Yeah. I decided I'm not going to start a new channel, at least not right away. I'll do the content on my current channel first, to start off with, and then if that ends up being like unsuccessful for whatever reason, then I can always just start another channel.
I can see it.
But
going,
I think it'll be a good
well.
idea to start at least on the current one, because I do think there will be a carryover, not a giant one, but like, you got to think at least like 5-10% of people that are currently subscribed would at least tune in and check it out at least. So
as long as you don't
I think
upload
it's
other
smarter.
stuff, it won't hurt the algorithm. As long as that's like the only thing you upload, you should be good.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like, so they consider my channel a gaming channel, right? So like,
Just still upload it
is
under
that
gaming.
kind of like
Just still upload it under gaming. That's what
Okay.
I've talked to so many people about this, and they're like, yeah, just throw it under gaming. Don't ever change that. If you start uploading on one, stay on that one. Because if you try to switch,
when he reacts to like the TLC videos, that's under the gaming category still.
It'll mess up your channel, so don't switch that up.
Yeah, dude, I might do reaction videos, just like not in the traditional like cringy sense. Like, who's the motherfucker that iDubbbz called out in this content cop? What's that guy's name?
The black guy.
The guy who. Yeah, the guy who would just react to everything.
Oh,
what was his fucking name, man? I don't know, but
not that one. That one touched the kids.
that's the wrong one.
It's gonna drive me insane.
Man,
I can think of his name.
He always wore a bucket hat.
Yeah, though his name was some stupid name.
Yeah, like Twinks or some shit. I have no idea.
Jinx Reloaded. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah. I wasn't. Anyways, like I was saying, I'm not gonna make a channel like his where I literally just sit here and like just watch a video. I'm just like I think I would like to get into the whole reaction realm as well eventually and react to videos, but obviously there'd be a lot more production in it and a lot more like, you know.
Well, if you want to know the fastest and easiest way to take an existing audience and continue to get views off of it, well, to help to, like you said earlier, also get some income coming in, TikToks. I'm not even fucking kidding you. Watch some random fucking TikTok compilation, or even just like go on TikTok, just like a bunch of videos, and then react to those videos on stream, or not even on stream, like in a video. Dude, just views out the ass. It's like minimum effort.
Okay.
A bunch of YouTubers started doing that, and they even talk about it on Twitter. They're like, I hate the fact that like I'm doing this now with my channel and my audience, but it's like there's no good games out. I don't know what else to do content wise. I need to do something for content on the channel, so it's just I'm reacting to TikToks now, and those views go through the roof. So
I would do that on my Twitch streams, and everyone loves it. It's just like all I gotta do is Google TikTok cringe compilation, and that's it.
Yeah, like that. It's literally that easy. It's minimum effort. It almost feels dirty, but it works so good. So
the YouTube shorts that Justin's been uploading for the memes, it's getting like what 8 times as many views as your normal videos that you would put out.
Yeah,
that's because YouTube shorts work a lot differently on how you actually...
shorts. They're just regular videos that I just upload. Like I don't even put them in the shorts category.
Crazy Rabbit, I demand you upload.
They're below a minute or something like that, they can automatically show up on the YouTube Shorts thing. I'm not 100% positive on that one, but it's like, so here's YouTube Shorts. Every single thing that I pass by is a view for this person. Even if I'm not watching it, I'm not clicking.
Man, yeah, that's why views on TikTok and shit are just so inflated, right? Like, YouTube views are so much more like respectable, I feel like.
And that's why
monetization on shorts, like let's say you let's say you have a YouTube short that gets 10 million views, you might get $6, maybe.
Nah, well, the videos that I uploaded, so like the one that had 600,000, that one made about $800. So
how long was it though?
You said a short that you made?
Yeah, like 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Oh shit, dude!
I might have changed how that.
$800.
Yeah, go back and check the ones you made, Tim, because it's misleading. Because like the first week, it's like it says $5, and then if you go check after the week after, go check again.
That's crazy.
But like if that was their actual video, that'd be worth like $1,000, $2,000, a couple $1,000s.
Okay, this one is 390K. I want to see. I want to take a look at that.
They must have changed how shorts monetization works in a very good way. Hopefully.
Maybe just because I'm not uploading them as shorts and they're actually as videos. That might be it.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
Who knows? I know that. So YouTube is very opaque about how they discuss monetization on videos.
Whoa!
So
right,
dude, this fucking one, almost $900 from this fucking minute clip of me on fucking town, like spawning on around 20 and like literally just like a minute.
Yeah, dude, the first week it lies to you and says like $7, but then you check back in a week later, it'll.
And how many views was that video, Tim?
390K.
390K. Wow.
It's a minute long.
So I will say, like in grand scale, though, it's like all right, 390,000 views for $900. It's like
not worth it at all, but still.
Well, I mean, honestly, at that point, it's worth it for the 30-second clip.
Yeah.
But
how long did it take you to make? What, an hour?
Okay, get this.
2 hours?
Not even.
Yeah, dude, it took me all day. I hopped on BO2, literally spawned in around 20, spent the first minute playing, and then quit, and then literally just uploaded that. Like, that's so low effort. Like, there's no fucking effort in that whatsoever, and that just generated that much.
Well, see, my meme videos actually take effort because I got to green screen shit. I gotta actually go into theater mode and try to like.
Yours are better. Yours are like higher production. I respect it. You got like funnier. You got like your memes are prime memes, and
I actually try to make them good on like the shit ones that I've seen.
That just goes to show how like, how much our society is just like instant gratification based at this point. Like TikToks and like these short clips where you're just like able to just constantly fucking keep going and going and going. Like that's what's making money now. It's not long YouTube videos. Like YouTube is getting boxed out, sort of. It's starting to. Well, I mean, they're trying to keep up with shorts, but like man,
like 10 years ago, you would have major YouTubers uploading videos and parts.
Oh
where you'd
yeah.
Yeah, here's zombies round 10, zombies
1.
round 20.
The custom zombie scene back in the day was with like NGT zombies. All right, this is airport custom zombies part 1. Come back tomorrow for part 2. That was the meta back then.
Like Syndicate's I used to watch his like he would pack a punch every gun on the map, and you'd break it into like 15 different parts, and they'd each be like 20 minutes long, and you'd sit there and end up having to click through 15 different fucking videos. And
what's the meta, man?
Good times,
wow,
man. Good times.
The shift.
Right.
So, I'm gonna give you guys a stat really quick that you're probably gonna think is fucking insane. So Mr. Beast added up all the videos that he released over the last month because Mr. Beast has, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 channels that he actively uploads on.
Damn.
So
Over the last month, he's uploaded 54 videos and accumulated 283 million views on those new videos alone.
God
that doesn't
damn.
account for all previous videos.
I wish I could
No.
I wish I was that smart.
Man, I watched that Rogan podcast where he went on and he explained sort of everything Mr. Beast and his upbringing on YouTube, and a lot of that stuff surprised me. I honestly, I thought he was a guy that hopped on the scene like 3 or 4 years ago and just caught fire, but no, he's been like obsessed. He and his buddies have been obsessed, like, eat, breathe, and shit YouTube for a decade, 2 decades almost
Dude,
now.
It is
And it's
insane.
You don't ever see that. You don't ever see the behind the scenes shit. Like, I would have never even guessed that he went through all of that before he had gotten to this point. He's been doing it for a very long time. I thought he'd only been doing it for like 3 or 4 years. It's mind-boggling.
Respect the hustle.
That's why I think it's so fucking cool to actually, like, once you understand that side of him, that's where it gets so fucking cool to see how successful he is now, is because it's like, he's not an overnight success that got lucky. Like, he is the definition of someone who grinded his ass off and studied everything possible to get where he is today. And it's like,
Right.
all right, that's sick.
Yeah, he
Well,
like absorbed all the knowledge he needed to know and just fucking endless grinding. Endless grinding.
I do certainly think that his hard work has probably the majority to do with it, but there is also a big chunk of luck that comes with it, because even just being blessed by the algorithm in those early days to you can have people who will upload thousands of videos and they get 10,000 views a video, and then you've got other people that something stupid goes viral and all of a sudden they've got 10 million.
Well, if you throw shit at the wall, eventually it's gonna stick, right? You know what I mean? Like, eventually.
There's a lot of YouTubers who talk about it, and they always say the same thing, and that is that when it comes to content creation and trying to make it big, it's a constant cycle of just throwing different shit at the wall. And once you find something that sticks, you keep throwing that shit. But if you just stick with that, your channel eventually dies out, and you have to keep throwing new shit as well. It literally becomes a juggling act.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
I very
true.
much believe that the whole idea is that it's just luck. I think that's kind of stupid, because if you talk to pretty much anyone on the internet, everyone has had a moment where they've talked to a very big creator. They had a moment to do something very big, and a lot of people just drop the ball. Like, they'll work with a big creator, or they'll be showcased on a big creator's thing, and they'll just be like, hi, or something like that. And it's like, it's stupid. Meanwhile, it's like other times you'll see, someone's video gets reacted to on a stream, of a big YouTuber or creator or whatever. That person will capitalize on it. They'll make another video to get that streamer back on. This person will go onto their Twitter and they'll talk about how this person was, viewed their thing, and they'll kind of keep that ball rolling. in my opinion, everyone gets their chance, but so many fucking people just drop that ball because they don't know what to do with it. But it's the people who just, continue rolling. Those are the ones who actually make it big. So it's
Right.
like,
Oh no,
Yeah.
I
it
don't
is a
disagree. I
music
just think that, probably 30% of it comes down to being in the right place
I
at
think
the
what
right
he's
time.
trying to say is that like while all of what you just said, Carson, is 100% true, like maybe there is like maybe you do have to catch a break along the way, like one break to get like super uber successful at anything. Like usually one thing does have to kind of bounce your way.
Yeah.
How big or not, like for example, I happened to like hop on zombies content when top fives were like piping hot, like, and I started with that, so that's what helped me. And I wouldn't say that's luck, but I would definitely say it's like, well, the algorithm could have also just like not picked me up, maybe.
Yeah,
here's
you
what
have
I
to be
mean
at the
by
right place at the right time.
it was a
Yeah.
lucky opportunity, but it wasn't just that actually helped you get to where you are now. It was that, you know, luck had it, algorithm pushed one of your videos that got big, but it's all the grinding you did for the other top 5 videos. And it's the fact that you saw what worked and you kept up with it and you continued grinding with it. Yeah, you got lucky by having one chance, but as far as I'm concerned, everyone has a chance like that at some point in time. It's those who actually understand that they got this big push and continued rolling with it are the ones that actually make it longer term.
It's absolutely right. Yeah, I think both of those things are true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Mr. Beast pushed forever on his videos, like he said, and it wasn't until he started, he caught wind with like the counting to a million and saying PewDiePie, a million times and things like that to
Classics.
be series. Like, and then he got the opportunity with Honey to reinvest this entire, donation that he got back in, a sponsor that he got back into his content. If he just got the Honey deal and did a standard video, his channel would be dead. But it's because he was able to take an opportunity that he got lucky to get, but continued to make that ball roll and continue to capitalize on it. I think that's why he was able to continue to grow the way he did. And, it's the same thing with you guys. It's Tim, like you said, you got lucky with top fives hit and one of your videos hit algorithm, but that work that you did for all the other top fives will continue to rolling. And Justin, even with you, it's like, you got lucky where your Twitch following actually, YouTube carried over to Twitch decently enough where you're able to continue doing the content right there. I remember when we were talking about you moving to Twitch, you were fucking scared because you were like, man, I'm going to get like 10 viewers.
I was like, I'm going to go start working at Michael's again. I don't want to do that.
You were like, I'm going to get 10 viewers over here. But no, it's like I will say you had a exceptionally high conversion rate from YouTube to Twitch, but you capitalized on it. You kept the people entertained. And even now, that's why the streams, you'll get your 100+ viewer streams with you dicking around on Minecraft.
I'm not touching any children. Just my penis is not erect. Just letting everybody know.
I think that the idea that all success on YouTube is based off luck is kind of, I don't want to say tone deaf, but I definitely think it's, very small picture right there.
Yeah, a lot of people that don't know what goes on behind the scenes will definitely make that assumption right away. Like, blank had to get lucky to fucking get where they are. Well, you have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. Like, I had no idea what goes on behind the scenes with Mr. Beast. Like, he's one of the most successful guys in this platform, if not the most successful. I didn't know he's been doing this for a decade plus. No idea. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know these types of things. Like, and it's just so I see where you're coming from. And I think there's also something to be said about like the rate in which you grow is sort of the rate in which you die too. Like the longer it takes for you, like basically like, the longer it takes for you to establish your audience, the stronger it sort of is. And like, that's something that Pat told me earlier when I was starting up on my channel. He was telling me like, like your audience kind of just like, if you like, it comes as quickly as it goes, essentially. Like if you hit a trend and get hot really fast and you rise to the top extremely fast, well, that's about as fast as you're going to die if you don't, keep it going. Like you were talking about, like, and evolving and continuing to take advantage of opportunities. That's really just life. It's just taking advantage of opportunities and not fucking it up, like you said.
Yeah.
And women.
And it's like that. I mean, another like big example is music, for instance. You have Lil Nas, who, he was making a lot of music for a long time. He's not someone that just made one song one day and it popped off. Like, no, he was making a lot of music, before Old Town Road took off, but then it did. And then a lot of people called him a one-hit wonder. But then he continued pushing, he continued making music, and now it's like every other month I feel like he's trending on Twitter because of something controversial that he did right before a new song just dropped that's going to end up hitting Billboard 100. Like, the guy capitalized on his big break of Old Town Road being a very catchy song, And he could have just let it die right there, but no, he kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing.
The
so.
list of one-hit wonders is a long, long list, and he made sure to not be a part of that list.
And
So yeah,
because
you're right.
that list is so long is why I say, like, I feel like everyone eventually gets that break. It's just so many people drop that ball for no reason.
Yeah, they fumbled the bag, man, at the finish line.
Well, some people don't have the passion to take advantage of the opportunity. It's the passionate people and the hardworking people that do take advantage of those opportunities.
People are stupid. Like,
Yeah.
some people are stupid.
That's how it
Having
would be.
wherewithal, it fucking helps. But you know,
I do want to
Not
point
being-
out that I do want to point out that with regards to Justin's fan base, it's less of a fan base and more of a cult.
Very much. I've indoctrinated many of people and many of children.
your audience
So-
is mostly my audience too. We share
Yes.
pretty much a very similar audience. Like maybe it's 5 to 10% different. But yeah, same here. Like my audience has gotten very cultish.
Like
The
I
people
still
that are
get
around.
comments, like people will fuck with me, like, "Hey, what do you think of Tim's kids?" And it's like, "You motherfucker, stop it!" Every fucking stream I do,
Dude.
that question pops up multiple times.
I'm not even gonna lie, dude. That would annoy me after a while. So I just like, God
Oh,
bless
no.
your soul for fucking putting up with that for that long.
Tim, you're gonna experience it if
You shut the fuck
if-
up, Manlet. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. That's private. Shut up.
Yep.
Shut up.
All right.
Jesus fuck, man.
Dude.
Anyways,
I'll tell you after stream. I'm not pregnant. Just letting everybody know that nothing is happening anytime soon. Just letting you know.
I need to pee on a
Anyways,
stick and check if I am or not.
I would think that what you two have is what a lot of YouTubers actually don't capitalize on. And that is actually having that community. Even if it is a bit cultish, it's the fact that you have a community that interacts and you guys will interact with in turn. Too many YouTubers just don't want that. They're scared of stan culture because they see, fuckers like the Dream SMP who literally have fans like carving their fucking initials into their leg. It's like,
Oh no, I could
freaky
see
shit.
I could see some of Justin's people doing that.
They've
Dude,
already gotten
someone got-
tattoos.
Yeah, people have gotten
I
tattoos.
keep telling them, don't do that. You're gonna regret it. They're just like, no, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah,
like, just wait,
70
I'll
years
make
from
answer,
now,
I'll
they've
make
got some old saggy skin with a rabbit on it. Where'd you get that from, Grandpa?
There was this Nazi on YouTube back in the day.
Oh man, but
Oh my
I think that's another thing that YouTube both do very well, and that is keeping some type of community interaction. Because I mean, so many people like, even my boss, for instance, love the guy to death, but he does not have a community like at all. His Discord has 50,000 people in it, yet no one in there talks about him or the videos. They're literally just there to talk to each other, and because he doesn't interact with them, the same way that I think a lot of creators should.
Tim, that reminds me, if you don't want to start up a new Discord, you can kind of like piggyback on, you can join mine, because mine's really well moderated and everything, and we can set you up like chats and everything for your Patreons and
Perfect. That's
your
awesome.
podcast and stuff. So like we could set you up your own little channels and stuff. So
That'd
we
be
can
dope
keep
because
both of our communities
Lord
in one
knows what
spot.
happened to my last fucking server, dude.
Yeah, what happened?
That
I
shit
just
got out
all of a
of
sudden we
hand.
had people trying to come to ours, and like my mods, I hate them.
Like
they did a
fucking
really good job.
refugees, they're just coming over to your fucking Discord from mine. Yeah, so like it was actually doing really well in terms of just like interaction and people being there. But obviously with how much I have going on in my personal life, I actually like, despite how much I do interact, as much as I try to, I couldn't a lot of the time. And so I had these other people monitoring it for me, and like just like a lot of weirdos kind of came out of the woodwork, like in the last couple of months of its existence. Like people would just like, there was just a lot of like racism and just like and when I say racism, I don't mean like harmless joke. I mean like
Straight
legitimate
N-word.
like, yeah, like just like shit that's like just really out of pocket. And it was getting like really intense, and I was getting texts from like my sister-in-law. She fucking joined it, and she was like, damn, these kids are fucking like threatening my life and shit like that.
Jesus.
I'm like I hopped in there and I was looking at it, and all I had to do was just scroll for like a minute, and I was like, yeah, this is getting shut down. This is awful. This is like
God.
2016 MAGA culture times fucking
Jesus.
20. Like, and I was not really associated with it at that point. So, and to be fair, I didn't even want to necessarily start a Discord server to begin with. Actually, I had a friend reach out to me, and he was like, yeah, you should start a server and like interact with your audience. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. And then when it was smaller and when there were less people in there, I was able to do that a lot better. But then when I started having kids and like having all like my personal life just completely taken up, I'm like, it's just really hard for me to like talk to people on a consistent basis, and it just kind of like slowly deteriorated, I guess. because a lot of fucking weirdos went unchecked,
Oh
basically.
yeah. That
When I saw it, actually wasn't even too many people. What it was though is that the moderators, instead of like putting their foot down on people who were misbehaving, they were like just straight up gaslighting them. They were like trying to get them to act out more. They thought it was funny when they saw these people like going for the shock value, everything. And
Yeah.
we actually had a couple, like I think it ended up being like only 4 or 5 of the troublemakers hop over to Justin's Discord, and like I see them like they're trying to get a rise out of everyone, and the mods weren't there at the time when they hopped on, but I hopped on and saw it, and this guy's just like trying to flame everyone up. So I was just like, I'm just fucking banning your ass. I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm not even gonna
Right.
just tell you to calm down. It's like I see what you're here for. I don't care. Bye. And chat was fine after that. And I feel like that's something that the moderators of your server they gaslit too much, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, I think so. It just got uncomfortable after a while. It got out of hand, and that's really all. You know how the internet is. It's just like it got like fucking corrupted somewhere along the way, basically. I was totally cool with just kind of like ending it because I wasn't like 100% in on it anyways. It felt like.
Yeah, if you want
But
to jump in
It
ours,
would be
I
a
can-
really cool opportunity, I
hook you
think,
up.
to do that. I think I will take you up on that.
as much as I hate all my mods, they really do a good job, like with Discord and chats and everything, of moderating it
Yeah.
and keeping it nice and civil.
And who doesn't like engaging with fans when it's actually like a civil fucking normal, like not poisonous environment. like that's always fun, but
I try
became
not
unfun
to.
after a while.
So the thing that I learned in my Discord is like I try not to talk in like the general chats, because whenever I do, immediately the conversation stops talking about whatever they were and they all just want to focus on me. It's like I want you guys to be all friends and like not want to talk, like just hang out with each other and not really just make the subject about me. Like I want this to be a community, not just like, hey, there's Rabb1t, let's blow them. So I
It's
try
just
not
like
to talk
crazy,
in
crazy
when you
rabbit
get a
joins the
secret
server.
alt account.
My.
Dude,
One of those
I
things,
don't got no secret alt accounts,
Seeing
too
you
much work.
occasionally interact with them is what keeps these people like interested in, like they feel like they're part of your community, not just a community. But you also don't have that narcissistic attitude of that every conversation has to be about me.
Yeah, I hate that.
Honestly, I think that the Discord just works out really well because the people do respect the mods. Like, people will poke on one mod and then they might poke on another one. But overall, everyone's just really chill out. For the most part, people respect each other. Of course, there's, different cliques of people who might beef with other ones, but I mean, that's fine as long as they're not breaking rules. It's always nice just to see conversations flowing over there. So if you guys haven't joined the Discord, links in the description. Definitely click.
I'll be joining it.
Yeah, we'll hook you up. We'll get some chats and stuff for you. I'm not sure how we'll have to figure out a way
Sounds
to work
good.
that with his Patreon and stuff. But we'll figure out
Yeah,
something.
we'll. It won't. I've set up a Patreon before. I've worked with Discord before. It won't take too much. I think it'll be
Should
pretty
be.
I think
easy.
it'll be too bad. So one other thing that I kind of want to touch on now, it kind of involves social media stuff. Elon Musk spent it was like $2 billion,
Yeah.
something like that.
It was
billion, to buy 9.2% of Twitter, and then immediately got a board position. He got a chair at the board.
It's insane.
Immediately.
You said 9.2% of Twitter.
Yeah, like he owns more than the CEO and the founder combined.
That's some big ball of energy right there.
Dude, he's an unstoppable force.
What do you think the first major thing he's gonna do is?
Edit button.
Did he already
button.
Dude, what hasn't he done? Like,
at some point, I wonder if there's going to be, and I'm not going to take a political position on this, but just imagine the firestorm if he had Trump unbanned.
That'd be so goddamn funny. I
So,
want it to
here's
happen.
The thing about that, and this really pissed me off, is that literally the next day after he got his chair position, how many fucking people were texting me, did you see he unbanned Trump? I was like, no, he didn't.
No,
He did not.
those are Trump's
Like,
parodies account. Those are funny.
It's every single account that you see that's saying they're Trump is not Trump. Every news article you're reading that's saying he was unbanned is not a news article you should ever read again, because they literally do less fact checking than a fucking dog when he sniffs another dog's ass. Like,
Listen, that gives you a lot of information. You ever sniffed your dog's ass?
It does.
that's what I'm saying. It's like these dogs got more information than some of these news articles. Like, it's fucking awful. When and if he does unban Trump, he's gonna hype it up a lot beforehand by talking shit on Twitter like he always does. I love
I
how
hope he
he
does.
Frozen.
Dude is a fucking internet troll.
I love
I don't
Elon,
think he's
man.
going to, but
I hope he does, because it'd just be funny. Like all
Am I
the people.
frozen on your end?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, all right. You want me to like? Can I disconnect and just hop back in?
Yeah, you're fine. You can fix everything real quick. There you go.
Okay,
I
cool.
hope he does unban Trump, because that'd be so like oh my god, it'd be so fucking funny. Imagine
gonna
Trump's like first
Exactly.
tweet, like I'm back, bitches, just 2 middle fingers.
Do you think he should be banned? Like,
No.
I don't like dude, I don't even like him that much.
Putin
at all.
has
Like,
a goddamn Twitter
he's
account.
He's a dick. He's a dick. But like, dude, what happened to the First Amendment? Like, come on, man.
I mean,
like,
I get it's a private company, they can do what they want, but it's like
Right,
it's it's in that gray area. It's like, okay, First Amendment, free speech, private company, you don't want the government interfering.
right.
It's-
It is a tight,
tough
it is a fine
situation.
line. Yeah, it's a little tough. But I'm a firm believer in like not censoring people. Like, it's one thing to just like, I don't know, just like to completely like cancel people and shut them out completely. I think that just builds animosity and resentment, and I think that just makes things worse. Like, there's a reason why this country is so, just runs the way it does and runs so successfully, is because people can fucking speak their mind and not be thrown in jail or beheaded. You know what I mean?
I think the big part of like why Trump just straight up got banned though was because it wasn't just like opinionated statements. It was a lot of the time just straight up like stating something as fact. And at the time, he's president, people are supposed to be able to trust everything he says, but he's stating things as fact that were either strongly opinionated or completely baseless.
And then a lot of them
Twitter
turned out to be
started
true, though. That's the thing. That's the funny part. Like, a lot of it was
Some
for
of it.
COVID, right?
I wouldn't say a lot of it did. I'd say definitely some of it did.
Well, all I know is a majority of the COVID stuff, it actually turned out to be true. And it's like, what the fuck? Who
Well,
knows
he's
who to
definitely-
trust
I don't
anymore?
want to
Idiot
touch
in
this
a
with
lot
a
of
10-foot pole on my end.
I'll touch everything. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, my main raised no bitch.
Yeah, bring me little kids. I play
Look,
Minecraft now.
The
I saw that fucking
like the
cameo, dude. Oh my god.
That's when a lot of people got up in arms, and it's like, okay, I could kind of see why they stepped in. In my opinion, they could have just continued doing that thing where they're putting the footnotes as like, click here to check the facts. Like,
I don't even trust those. Like, I
And
don't
then
know what to
that's
trust
fine.
anymore. The only people I trust are people I know in real life. I don't trust anything I read online anymore. You just can't.
You can trust dogs. Your pets.
Well, it depends how big the dog is.
your
Usually,
dog
like,
would sell you out for a
this
piece
dog,
of
sure,
steak.
but if it's like a Chihuahua or a pug, I ain't trusting it.
I don't
Man's
trust
best friend.
them. I would trust my dogs with my life, though. My dogs are dope.
I love my doggy so much. Yeah.
I would not trust your dog. Dude, Mia's gonna eat you.
She loves me. That dog would fuck it. She gets in the bed every morning, cuddles up with me.
I did look, by the way. Yeah, it was 9.2% passive stake in the company, totaling $2.89 billion.
Bro, imagine if you had that much money.
I think it ended up being like, I think it was less than 1% of his total wealth. Like, the equivalent, someone did the math, the equivalent of him buying that much of Twitter is the equivalent of an average American buying a MacBook Pro.
That's some bullshit, man. Don't you
Yeah,
just wish
like-
you had that much money?
I looked up this fucking weird stat where like Bill Gates is not really the richest guy in the world anymore, but for the longest time he was kind of considered one of those top 3 guys. And I read this like stat like years ago where like the equivalent of us picking up a penny on the ground is the equivalent of him picking up like 40 or 50 grand off the ground. It just like, so us like passing by a penny and ignoring it, basically like, oh, I don't need 1 cent. That's the equivalent of that motherfucker
That
walking
shit makes
past
me
50
so
grand and
mad.
just being like, nah, I'm good. Not even worth my time.
Shit makes me so angry.
My favorite
you
fun
mother-
fact about all that is that if Bill Gates drops a $100 bill on the ground, it's actually not worth his time to pick it up.
The time it takes for me to bend over and pick that shit up is not worth the investment.
Like, that's literally what it is. Is that by the time he would reach down, pick it up, and stand back up, he would have already made that plus a shit ton more.
He needs that energy, dude. You can't exert that
Yeah.
energy. You need that energy for, investing in stocks and shit. Like, what are you
Being
doing? You're wasting your
boring.
time.
One thing that I also saw that fucking cracked me up is that so you had Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, some of like the richest fuckers in the world, both get divorced. And everyone was like, oh, why do you think they got divorced? It's like, oh, well, they realized that marriage is a union and they're very anti-union. So both got divorces. I was like, I know that's not it, but that's hilarious.
Dude, I'm pretty sure for the longest time, the richest woman in the world was literally the result of like divorcing one of the richest guys in the world. I think Oprah is one of the richest.
Still
I think
is.
Oprah might be.
I want to say it's Mackenzie. It's Mackenzie. Oh God, Bezos.
Yeah, from the
No.
divorce, right?
Yeah, she basically
Who is
took.
it?
It's some French.
Oh
person.
yeah,
She's
it
a
looks like
royal heiress.
Francois Betancourt Myers. Francois is a fucking dude's
What
name.
does that
though.
whore do?
Cosmetics. Looks like
Yeah, that her dad probably started.
$74.8 billion net worth, and it looks like I'm gonna guess makeup or
Her
like
dad
cosmetics.
started that business. Don't lie. Don't let the rumors.
She's the heiress. It says so.
So I was
Wow.
right.
Fashion, yeah, makes sense.
68-year-old French citizen is the vice chair of the board for L'Oreal, the world's largest cosmetics and beauty company, which her chemist grandfather Eugene Paul Louis whatever founded in 1909.
Fucking
Good
called
call.
it. Fucking called it. Men do everything. God,
Got a
I'm so
small
good at this
loan
game.
of $1 million. Leave her alone.
The Mackenzie Bezos got a $38 billion settlement from divorcing.
I think that's
Jeff
what I was
Bezos.
thinking of. Yeah. I think for the longest time she was one of like the richest women
Did
in
you
the
guys
world.
fuck Jeff Bezos and divorce him for that much money?
Absolutely.
Just making sure we're all on the same page here.
I gotta tell you, I wouldn't like in my current circumstances right now, but I gotta tell you, if I were like dirt poor, yeah, I think I would just swap.
still
Billions.
do it.
Billions.
I would do it.
Yeah. If I were like way poorer than I am right now,
a
like
lot
if
of
I had
soap.
like nothing to my name, I would.
Dude, billions. I would do unspeakable things for $1 million.
Yeah.
If you add another comma to that, oh my god.
Well, the problem is like if you have that much money, what do you like? All I would do is invest with that money and just keep making more and
Oh,
more.
me and my
I'm
friends would be doing so much cool, dope shit.
All the time.
That yeah.
Dude, we're
First
going
class to
fucking hang
Japan.
gliding. We're going hang gliding through every fucking major city.
Oh, we're doing so much dope shit.
Starting with Tokyo.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm buying Tokyo. Fuck you.
And we're going to Japan next year. Do you want to go?
No, I don't want to go. Yeah, I want to go to fucking Japan. Are you kidding me?
I think we're all
Dopest
trying to.
experience ever.
We're trying to go
Tokyo.
next summer.
That would be lit. I need a passport though.
You better start getting it now. Apparently, it takes like 6 months to get.
That is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I actually started mine because I'm trying to go to Mexico and purchase illegal drugs.
Oh yeah, that's smart. Let's just do more illegal things on the podcast.
Like it's the first or the last. I'm down.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're all trying to go to Japan next year. So if you want to go, let me know. It's
I
me and
will.
all my
We should,
autistic pack. So
That's
a bunch of-
okay. I fuck with what's his name?
I really could care less
Gabriel.
for Japan. I'm just going because
you're not gonna leave the hotel, so I'm not concerned about you.
Man, love you, dude. But seriously, if no one wants to hang out with you when you don't want to hang out with anyone.
No, I
That's
love
really what it
hanging
is.
out with everybody. That's why
In
I
a hotel
fly
room.
halfway across the world.
Just stay in a hotel room.
Stay in the fucking
You
room.
don't like hanging out with anyone. You like knowing that you put in some type of effort, and that's it.
Hey, Manlet, if I bought you a whore in Japan, would you fuck it?
Absolutely not.
Why?
This is what we
No.
mean, man. Big friend.
Carson, if I bought you one, would you fuck it?
Only if I buy you one and you'll fuck it with me.
How about I fuck you instead?
Fuck the same one or different ones simultaneously.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Don't
Manlet,
cross
what if I
the-
bought you a lady boy? Maybe is that more your alley?
Isn't that in the Philippines?
I think it's Thailand.
Isn't that a Philippine thing?
Island.
It's Thailand, I
Why do we
think.
both know it was Thailand? Hold up.
How do you not know it's Thailand? That's a better question. I hear
Is that
stories.
is that exclusive to fucking Thailand? Is that like a
I
cultural
think it's just like
thing they
their
have there?
their main that's what like Thailand's
Stereotype.
known for. It's like their lady boys or
lady
something.
boys.
Your economic export and lady boys.
We're known for obesity and fucking capitalism, and they're known for fucking lady boys.
I think I'd rather have the lady boys than obesity. Goddamn.
I like capitalism though. Although
Capitalism's
capitalism might be getting a little out of hand.
A little bit.
I don't know, man. Capitalism kind of slaps.
Bring back fascism.
The top 1% is
Jesus
getting
Christ,
a little more
Tristan.
1%ish.
Listen, just because some douchebag with a mustache ruined it doesn't mean it was a terrible system. It
mean,
did almost conquer the world.
You're lucky. You're so lucky that you can even get a sponsor.
I already got another one, dude, coming up soon.
Let's go.
Your favorite app of all time.
Is it really?
yeah.
Really? Nice shit.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Dude, how
You
much
got
they
better
fucking
fucking
give
last
you?
Not a
What?
lot, but
Okay.
it's a decent amount.
I was gonna say, hopefully it's a better cut than last time. I told you, like, Mini used to get fucking like mega bucks off of those.
Well, he also gets more views than me now, doesn't he?
Well, he did.
He's a better streamer.
I'll fight to the death on that one. I'm a dope streamer.
The the vast majority of those mobile games, they
Scams, yeah.
they make their money from a very small select of people. I believe the term that they use. Say again.
People with addictions.
They're like gotcha
Yes.
games.
Yes.
Yeah.
The I believe the term they use in the industry, if I'm not mistaken, is they call them whales. And it's basically the the vast
whales.
majority of people who buy stuff in games like Candy Crush or whatever.
People who have addictive personalities
Yes.
and will spend and spend and spend, and that's the people that they're
Now,
extracting.
I'd be lying if I said I haven't abused the fact that some people are whales before. So
We
not
talking about
with,
fat
like,
people or
microservers,
like money?
Money.
Okay,
So, yeah, like
need to be
so
clear
what
about
it is
that.
that, and there's a lot of servers out there that do this. Minecraft servers, people monetize them. At one point, I wasn't the owner of it, but I was slightly part of it. There was a rank on it called the Whale. It was $10,000. It included nothing but the title Whale in front of your name.
That's Jesus.
You
Christ.
don't even get a whale emoji?
The 4 of them were sold.
Yikes.
40 grand.
Damn.
Off
Some
of the fact
Dubai
that these
prince.
people get to flex the fact that they spent that money, and that's all it was.
I think we don't realize
Something
how
I
many
would do.
stupid rich people there are out there too. Like there are a lot of
Yeah.
smart rich people, but there are also a lot of fucking stupid rich people that just have so much money they're just sitting on and they just fucking waste it. Like
I mean, if you go
those
to
are the types
like
of people that like dedicate their lives to like they'll like fucking drop 50 grand a month in like some motherfucker's OnlyFans. Like those are the types of people we're talking about.
What dumbass would attempt to donate $1,000 to a streamer?
I don't know, probably some guy that's like 4'9". I don't know.
Dude, my mom is like 4'9". Dude, my mom's 4'11".
His mom's taller than you, Manlet.
Oh God.
No, Manlet's not 4'9".
Yeah, he
I
is.
fucking met you and no
He's
way
4'9".
that no way that
All right,
small.
4'10".
Well, he did have on those like platform shoes when we
Yeah,
saw him.
he had
so.
those stilettos on. And he was also standing on a chair.
Those thigh high fucking leather stilettos.
I hate you so much.
Love. Shouldn't you be in prison right now?
Oh yeah, what's that about?
No.
Yeah.
Not
Skip
yet.
through that.
No.
Did you get caught by
What's going on with the feds?
the government?
Oh, the regulations on ITAR, the penalties for violation is up to 20 years prison and $1 million fine. So I have to make sure I get my registration right, and I misclicked the button.
So when you go to prison, do you want me to look after all your stuff, or like, what's the deal here?
Oh no, it's all going to Nerf.
We can split it
Well, I'll steal it.
like the fucking Russians and American did.
yeah.
Germans
Hand it right the
Okay.
fuck over to us.
We could split it. I'm down to split. Do that.
And then
How's
we just
my...
have an arms race from that point on.
Trying to invade each other's houses.
Hmm.
How's my STG coming along?
Oh, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, it got mailed out.
So what step are we at? Because people keep asking me about it.
Well, it's in the early building stage,
Early building stage. Got it.
but it has officially been mailed out.
There we
You
go.
never get that gun.
Oh, the person that has it's very trustworthy.
You're never getting that fucking gun. Man, it's gonna accidentally fucking sell it before it even gets to you.
If that happens, I would murder him.
I will say that the box we sent it in was a little flimsy in my opinion, so I put the max insurance possible that I
Good.
could.
Dude, how many
That was-
guns do you have?
I have
Not you.
17.
Well, both of you.
How many do you have,
okay,
Manlet?
I had a good idea of you.
I have just in my name or in my father's as well.
Go with both. What's in the house?
So All right, great. I'm gonna make myself a target.
Oh
The
boy.
right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 machine guns. Legally speaking, one that's functional.
Is that the one I
Um,
shot?
Yes.
Machine guns are we talking about? Fucking, you got a Mountain Ebb G42, fucking.
I fucking wish.
On the
Now
window.
I
I'm
wish.
fucking window right now.
Fucking expensive.
Yeah, I wish. I have a full auto Glock. That's 1,000 to 1,200 rounds a minute, and then I have that one still needs a tuning before it works, and then I have a M50 Madsen. That's an absolute blast. I love that gun.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's very easy to disassemble. It's it's a lot nicer than something like an AR or an
Did
AK.
you get that mag fixed, the one that wasn't working?
Well, I took it apart, I cleaned it. I haven't been able to run to the range and test it out yet. I have a short-barreled 12 gauge. I have a Mosin. Then I plan on taking the
Is that like a bolt action? What is that? Is
Yes.
that like the
The Russian,
That's from
bolt
World
action.
of War, right?
Yeah, the Russian World War II bolt action.
Yep. That one plan on SBRing and chopping the barrel on that one to make it an Oprah's. Basically just like a pistol bolt action. Yeah, no. And then I got the mortar at home.
I want to fire
No.
that thing so bad.
Dude, my brother used to do that in the Marines. He was in the Marines a couple of years ago. He got medically discharged, but while he was there, he was a mortarman. So he was out in the desert in Arizona, just fucking firing these things all day.
Just dropping
Said it hurts
bombs,
his ears
baby.
a whole lot, but you know, other than the piercing fucking ears stinging from all the explosions,
I wonder
Sounds
is
pretty
his
dope.
hearing still good to this day? I can't.
not as good.
Not as good.
It's still like, you know, he can hear just fine, but like he'd be lying if it said they were better. But dude, that sounds so fucking fun to me. Just fire. You know what I want to do? You ever watch The Office where Dwight's about to get married and they go out and they do a bunch of fun shit and then they get a bazooka for him and he just fucking like this military guy just hands him a bazooka. He's just like, fucking go for it, and he's just firing it out in the field, dude. Like that sounds.
Dope.
We got to do some like grand shit like that sometime.
Yeah.
So
Florida probably.
when I was in Rhode Island, you hadn't met me at the time, Tim, but I repeatedly extended the offer if you had wanted to come shooting sometime.
Yeah.
If we all want to get together someday, certainly I can take out bring a couple MGs up north. Can't legally do it in Rhode Island or Massachusetts, but in New Hampshire can bring all that stuff up.
I live in New Hampshire, man. They got some good. They got a lot of. They're looser. Like they're like a redneck version of our state, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Like, they're like good gun laws. Taxes are better there. Like I'm probably gonna move there.
Their motto is literally "Live free or die." Doesn't get much better.
And it's not all the way down south next to Alabama.
Mm.
Imagine that.
What's wrong with being next to Alabama?
It's not
Everything.
as humid as a swamp down in Florida.
Oh man, it feels good outside.
No,
Hell
Well,
yeah.
I got my.
Gators.
I literally have a dehumidifier behind me.
Yeah, I got one in here too. Some whoop-de-doo.
Well,
Aren't you a special little boy?
I fucking walk into this office space every day, and I'm shivering when I walk in here. It's like fucking consistently like 35, 40 degrees in here when I walk in here. I have to wait for the room to heat up.
Well, it's better. It's better to be cold than it is to be hot. You
That's
can always
just
put more
wrong.
layers on.
That's
It
just
is easier to
wrong.
warm yourself up. No, it is easier to warm yourself up than it is to cool yourself off.
Yeah.
You guys are just wrong on that one.
Let's put it like this: if you were cold out in public, you can just put a jacket on.
That's if you brought a
you're-
jacket.
If you're hot out in public, you can't. There's a certain limit where you can't take any more clothes
You can
off.
go shirtless, baby.
And Texas.
You can go down to the Speedo, all the way down to the
Yeah,
undies.
you can down here in the cool states, not the fucking lame-ass states up there.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, but you
Manlet in a
still
Speedo
can't.
would
Well,
blind
that's your
people.
fault then. I'll be in my Speedo. Don't be judging me.
I've never worn one of those.
Carson, when are you coming to Florida again?
Whenever I have time. You keep fucking asking me, and it's almost like you forget that people have,
Jobs.
lives, kids, jobs. And I swear to God, it's like every other week he's like, hey, what are you doing on these like random days next weekend? I'm like, I don't know, probably spending time with my son.
You're like a fucking dentist. You're like, all right, your next appointment. Are you free in 6 months and 42 days from now? Like, I guess.
I wish he gave me that kind of heads up. Manlet heads up to me are always like, hey, what are you doing next weekend? It's like,
Manly, you forget people actually have jobs and lives.
Hop on a plane. Come on down. We'll have a drinking stream.
You don't even drink.
This is true.
To be fair though, like at any given point, not like off the cuff, like let's get on a plane tomorrow and do it. But I could just go down to Florida, kind of like virtually, not anytime, but like I could make that work pretty easily. Like I could clear like 3 days and just fucking go down there. You know what I mean? Like, so like it's very possible. I'll just put it that way. Like, I definitely could put aside some time.
You have a
100%.
loving wife to watch the kids. Carson does not.
Make her fucking do it.
Well, 100%, Tim. If you want to come down,
I want to go down south in general. Like, I just want to go down to Florida ideally, so we can hang out there. But like, I'm so fucking sick of being up here. Like, I want to travel a little more.
let's all go to Texas.
Fuck Texas.
I've never been to Texas either, so I'd be down to go there.
You guys are gonna turn blue. You guys, all those Californian refugees spilling over.
See, here's the thing. I live in the bluest state in America, so it's not gonna change.
I don't know. New York might want a piece of
Let's
that.
hang out in Texas, not Austin.
Maybe.
Austin is turning blue, but the rest of the state's kind of meh.
Oh, we'll see. It'll depend. The next election, we'll see. I don't think you guys will be blue yet, but you all those Californians spilling over are definitely not helping.
Fucking plot twist if fucking Florida is blue next election.
Oh, we're getting more red.
yeah,
It's my favorite color, but
I love it.
fucking
Especially with our governor. Dude, everyone hates our governor, but I fucking low-key like our governor. Shout out to that guy. I might actually have to vote next election.
Our governor's a fucking nerd. He's a fucking idiot. I hate him. His name's Charlie Baker. Dude, like, banned vaping because, like, one kid died from fucking vaping, like, a year ago. Like, he's terrible with policies. Like, we have these fucking weird, like, regulations going through Massachusetts all the time.
Carson wouldn't be able to live there. I saw him huffing on a USB port earlier in the
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
podcast.
True.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Carson's got a dip. It's 5 of.
Yeah, if you need to go. We still got a couple more for an hour. Yo, go pick up Mini-Me.
You want me to just leave camera on, or?
Yeah, no, you can switch. I can change things real quick.
I'll just leave it on. I got a dip though.
Okay.
So I'll see y'all.
Hey, to me.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.
What's wrong with vaping? I
Oh,
mean, I don't-
nothing. It's an inside joke. I have a best friend who, IRL, he vapes, but he always uses this fucking USB, look-alike vape. So I always,
Would
poke it.
Would you ever try Delta 8?
Probably not. No,
It's legal though. You could try it.
I understand that, but
What's
I don't know.
Delta 8?
It's like
It's like a synthetic slash.
it's not synthetic. It's basically just like a downgrade of marijuana. Like it's not as strong as marijuana.
Okay.
If you were to give me like 5 minutes, I could. Someone told me and explained it to me way better than I just
Was
did.
it Lex or was it who's the guy that showed you it?
It was somebody
Turbo?
I know in Turbo.
Gotcha.
About to say somebody I know in real life told me. Yeah, Turbo's the one that told me about it.
Turbo's a fucking connoisseur when it comes to like marijuana and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what mine looks like. Little USB. It helps me sleep, dude. Like that. Sometimes I take it before I go to sleep, and it helps me knock the fuck out.
Dude, that's what weed is for. That's what I use it for.
Good sleep.
It's
Man.
just like it helps you like pass out, helps
And,
you eat a little bit too.
It's like stevia and like what's the other one called or whatever?
sativa and indica, yeah.
Whichever one is for the bed.
Sativa's the the kind that will help you stay up and alert typically, and help you like be more functional, and then indica is typically the kind that kind of like helps you doze off better.
That's the one I got.
Yeah.
After I get home from the gym, and I'll take it, and I'll just go right to bed, and I'll be like sleeping perfectly. It's awesome. So, man, I'd recommend it. If you can get over the coughing, that's not. I don't like that part.
Yeah.
That
Do
part's
you
not
like
fun.
corrupting your fucking temple, your body, a temple, your lungs are starting to get all.
I don't do it every night. I do it
Fucked.
like maybe like once or twice a week if I want a really good sleep, because I don't feel good about putting like stuff in my lungs.
Yeah, I actually like am taking a hiatus from weed. Like, so I used to buy it all the time and like smoke it all the time, but now I'm just not buying it, so I don't have it laying around anymore. Like, I'll still smoke it if like my friends are or something like that, but I'm taking like an indefinite break from it. Like, I'm indefinitely sort of like stopping, just because like it's just good to stop for every now and then, anyways. And it's just like it's just sort of starting to wear on me over time. Like, I'm struggling to like eat without it and stuff like that, and that's how you know you need to like chill out.
Yeah, that don't sound like that's called a dependency.
Yeah, you do eventually you don't get addicted, but your body does eventually start to depend on it, and you can like that's when you gotta like take a break. So that's where I'm at with weed. I'm kind of like not really smoking weed anymore at the moment.
For now.
But for the past year,
He was
Boy.
getting lit.
let me tell you, I don't know how many waking moments I was sober.
We would record so many times the zombie videos. You'd be
24
high as
hour red
fuck.
eye.
Yeah, but you know what? Those types of videos are the best, dude. You know
Those
what?
are.
The best video, the most fun I've ever had is when we played zombies that one night. It was me, you, Turbo, and plus Johnny. And I don't know about you, but Johnny had taken an edible. This kid was destroyed. And then me and Turbo. I don't
No,
even
I
know
was
about
sober
Turbo.
as shit that
I was
time.
drunk as shit. We were in a call just like this before that video. This is like a nice little inside scoop for the viewers. It's called Four Guys, One Barrier. That's the
I
video.
remember that shit.
And I had this giant bottle of Svedka, raspberry Svedka, and I'm just like taking just shot after shot. And this is before we even started like recording, before I even hit record. So we were already fucked up before we even started. And those types of videos are just like
It's a good video.
wild,
It's a good
wild.
fucking video.
And the viewers just never know, unless I
Unless
just
you
blow
tell
up my
them, yeah,
spot the way I
podcast.
did. Yeah.
We need to.
Other than that,
I still want to do a stream where me and you get drunk and play Mario Party. I still want to
we
do
will
that.
do that. Yeah, I got my Switch. I imagine it's not very difficult to just hook up because it's got the HDMI and
I think it's
pretty easy to get going.
I have to
Yeah,
buy it.
yeah.
I don't think I have that game on Switch, so I have to get it.
I think it's like $60 standard. I think it's something we should definitely do.
'Cause I
That
don't want
game
to do that.
pisses
It'd
me
be
off so
fun.
much, though. It's
You know-
infuriating.
After the podcast, I'll coordinate with Tim. The potentially really interesting to see if you guys could get together and do a drinking stream IRL.
We need to get
Carson
Turbo
and
there
you did.
too. We need
Why
to get
don't we
like
go down
everybody.
to fucking Florida? Like, let's okay. So I'm just trying to think of this like logically. No one wants to come up to my state where I live. Like,
Yeah.
if we have a choice, you know what I mean? So like we
wasn't
have a
that
choice.
fun.
So yeah, especially since you guys came up in November, which is when it's brick out. It's just like especially freezing outside. But yeah, let's not come to Massachusetts if we have any other choice, and we do have another choice, and that's Florida, and we should totally go down there and just take
I mean,
over
we
your
could
house.
all we could all just rent a place on the beach, and it won't be as expensive just so we
true.
all just get together. We can just stay on the beach
Yeah.
for like a couple days,
Be dope.
and then we can like
Be
rent.
down.
There's like electric bikes we can rent. There's so much shit. Like there's like this 3-wheeled vehicles we can rent. A lot of cool shit down there,
Endless possibilities.
and all the
I just want
snowbirds
to travel
should be
more
gone.
in general. Well, let's make it happen.
If
I
you
think
really
we
want to
can.
go to Japan, because we're really going to Japan, we're trying to next year, like next when we say, man, like summer, June, July,
June. Yeah.
June. We're trying for next June. Like I'm already starting to try to learn Japanese. Like I'm gonna.
Oh my
Trying
god,
to
that's
fucking get that.
exciting.
You're gonna walk off the plane. You're gonna say something. And it's
Hola!
gonna be no. You're gonna say something, and it's gonna be like you insult somebody's mother by accident.
Listen, I heard that as long as you attempt to learn their language, they're not like the French. They're not pieces of shit. They're pretty cool with it.
You're gonna point at
long as I
every single
try.
person.
Como
man.
estas?
That is the most retarded thing I have ever heard. That I can't say, hey, what's up, or something like that. If you accidentally point a finger, that it's like giving somebody the middle finger here.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Really?
weird cultural.
What is that like?
norms.
That's in Japan or China?
Yeah.
Or...
Japan.
So if you point at someone in Japan, they're gonna flip shit.
It's more so. It's from what
It's
Nerf
useful
said.
information
It's
to know.
from what Nerf said. It's more so rude slash. They may not make a scene over it, but it's not in polite company. Just like if Justin with his tattoos, if he went out, there's some places that just straight ban it.
No gym, like unless you go to a gym at like 1 a.m. when no one's working there, you can't. Like I literally searched for like 2 hours. I was like, all right, where's a gym that allows me to have tattoos out? Couldn't find fucking one. You have to cover them all up.
The Japanese have it right. You dirty inky.
They don't.
You also gotta take your shoes off before you walk inside too. Can't wear shoes
a lot
inside.
of places. Or if like you go to the gym, you have to bring another pair of shoes to wear in. It's a bunch of fucking hassles.
Dude, Japan, like if I had to visit one, country from each continent, like if I had to pick a place to go to Asia, I think it would be Japan. Like Japan is one of those like top 3 destinations for me. Just like because the culture is it's really second to none. Like their culture is just kind of unlike anyone else's. I mean,
oh, you froze up a little bit.
Oh, okay, that's fucking annoying.
Also,
I'm fucking sleep deprived, so I apologize for that too. But yeah, anyways, Japan. I'm excited to. I would love to. I would love to go there. Like I'll learn at least key phrases. That's what I'll do.
as long as you. I mean, a lot of it is like from what I've heard, like a lot of Tokyo also has English, like written around it too. So it's like. From what I've heard, it's pretty easy to wander around Tokyo without knowing any Japanese. So we should be good on that front.
I have to call out my boy Takio.
Yeah. I'm going there and start using my accent.
Will you be my kashakunin?
Just get really racy with it.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it.
Hera!
Right.
Did you, have you guys been following events of what's going on in Ukraine?
Nope.
What was that one thing you
yesterday's news. That isn't relevant anymore.
We're talking about Will Smith now.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Chris Rock.
What was that one thing you sent in the Discord?
So, Chernobyl, the worst nuclear disaster in history. The vast majority of the area has been, they did a fairly decent job of cleaning it up, where the radiation in most parts is negligible. However, there is some specific hotspots, the majority of which are in Belarus, but there's one area in Ukraine called the Red Forest, and a abnormally large, in comparison, deposit of radiation or radioactive material was dumped on that area, and it essentially killed all the trees there. And it was so toxic that the vast majority of cleanup efforts were how shall we say, they didn't go in that area. And even to this day, the Ukrainian government and the EU agencies that assist with containing Chernobyl, they still don't allow people, even workers, to go there unless they have an urgent need to go and they have very specialized equipment. Well, the Russians come through and they invade, and it came out yesterday. There were rumors about a week or so ago, but we finally got confirmation. The Russians dug trenches and set up defensive positions and were sleeping in some of the most contaminated areas of Chernobyl, save for reactor number 4 itself. And they literally were just sleeping. They probably were eating in it. It was... The soldiers probably didn't know, and high command probably didn't care.
I heard that some commander was like, "What? We did it during World War II. It should be fine." I don't know if that's true, but apparently some commander had said something like that. Like,
Damn,
we did it in the
dude.
past. We fine.
Well, there. I don't know that there was any real radioactive areas, in World War II, save for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But no, It's certainly a testament, and the Ukrainians claim that about 70 Russian troops suffered radiation sickness as a result, and we have no means of confirming that because the Russians will never acknowledge it if it's true. But it's very suspicious that the Russians pulled out of that area and transferred it back over to the Ukrainians without really any major fight.
That's insane.
It's interesting.
Fucking idiots.
I'm just waiting for them to start growing extra fucking arms and legs.
I'm ready for real life Fallout, man. Fuck it. Just nuke just somebody nukes them, want to get it over with. Like, fuck. I'm tired of this. Just start World War 3.
Have you played like most of the Fallout games, or at least have you like played Fallout? Because
every
I
single
personally
one,
have not. Okay, yeah. My older brother's fucking like super into those. So I'd like when I was a kid, I would just like watch him fucking play those games all the time. But I wanna play Fallout, honestly. Not what's the new shitty one that came out? 76. Yeah, I'm gonna not touch that game, but I wanna like what's a good starting point for a Fallout series? Like New Vegas or
start with 3, then New Vegas, because New Vegas is the best, but you gotta start with 3. So that way I think that's a little easier to get into. Then New Vegas, and then 4, and those are the only ones you really need to play.
Yeah, I think I want to get into that because like I don't know, it's like one of those games that I've watched everyone play forever and I've never tried, and I feel like it would be such a fucking fun game. It looks so fun, and
it's a really good immersive game. Like if you just like put everything aside and just be like, all right, I'm gonna become this character, I'm gonna be this badass person, and just like kind of like role play a little bit is really fun.
And then I can prepare myself for the apocalypse.
Hell yeah.
So when it actually does roll around, I'll be strapped. I'll be ready to go.
We would all be the first one. We know what we would be doing? We'd be like basically preparing somebody else for good loot. We'd get all strapped and ready, and then somebody just fucking comes and kills us when we sleep. That would
That's why you gotta live underground. Dig a hole.
You think I'm gonna dig a little shitty fucking hole? It's gonna collapse on me and kill me. I don't got no carpentry skills.
We gotta get a fucking bunker. We gotta get an official bunker, dude. And we gotta get like all these what are those not MRIs? No, what am I thinking?
MREs.
MREs, not MRIs. Yeah, dude. We gotta
go
get
get
like
some
a whole
MRI
thing
scans.
prepped.
I bought a case of those and I legitimately cooked one in the back of my English class one time.
They're not like okay, they're not good, but they're like they could be worse. Like my brother in the Marines had to fucking put up with those for a long time.
It's really amazing that you can eat whatever's in it. A lot of times it's meat and whatnot. You can eat that even after 4 or 5 years sitting on a shelf, and you don't get food poisoning. It's not, as you said, it's not great, but you know, it's
Weren't like
you
the
know
Russians?
what my brother's favorite was?
What?
He had the spaghetti. Like I don't know how they would. I think they just like add water and like mix it, and then it becomes spaghetti or some shit.
Magic.
And then he said they would take pretzels and then crush them up and then put them in the spaghetti, and they'd mix them up, and that was like their favorite.
Sounds like
I
he's
guess.
in prison, like
I know.
bootlegging his own meals.
I know, dude. It's fucking brutal out there, man.
what. How long ago was your brother in the Marines?
He got medically discharged like 3 years ago, I think.
Okay.
So he was in the Marines, and he graduated from boot camp when I was in 8th grade. Before I was even in high school. So actually, it was a lot longer than that. But he was in the Marines for like 2-3 years too. Beyond that, so like, I think my sophomore year, I think, is when he was medically discharged.
Okay, so he probably joined up around 2015 then?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Around there.
He may not be, or he may not have been in long enough to remember it, but just for shits and giggles, if you want to see his reaction, ask him what he thinks about Charms, the candy.
The fuck is that?
Okay.
It's
sexual.
No, it's just ask him if it may not click to him because he may not have been in far enough back, but it's like a cult like hate in the Marines. It's like bad juju, bad luck.
Charms, you said?
Charms candy.
Okay, all right.
Also, ask him what his favorite flavor of crayon was. I want to know.
Another inside joke with the Marines.
I know a couple of Marines that whenever I bring that shit up, they just start fucking laughing. I give them like packs of those like shitty Crayola crayons.
Dude, they fucking treat you like second-class citizens. Like you have no rights.
Let's all go join the army, guys. Fuck it.
No,
Sounds even worse.
That's oh god, I think it was Full Metal Jacket. There is no racism in my core. You're all equally worthless.
I think so, yeah.
It's true though, dude. That was a fucking baller movie, by the way.
Only like the first half. The second half kind of dropped the ball. Like it was good, but it wasn't as good as the first half.
I feel like there should have been way more like action, almost. Like it should. Like I feel that 100%. Like the whole boot camps thing was. Then that guy went fucking crazy, and then
That was a good fucking scene. That was a good
that was
fucking movie.
intense. I was really young when I watched that, and that was intense for me. I was like, when he fucking shot him, when he shot his DI, I'm like,
Damn. Which
Very
one of
different.
us? Who? All right, if we all went to boot camp, which one of us is going crazy? I'm gonna say Manlet.
I don't think I would. I was actually going to join the Marines. That was my plan before I had a YouTube channel that ended up being successful. So literally, if my YouTube channel wasn't successful, I would have gone through with the Marines.
I would love to see that alternate universe of Tim in the Marines. I wonder what he's like.
A lot like my brother, my older brother, basically. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't, because the military ultimately, even though it would have been a great honor and a great opportunity, it would have given me like something to, you know, establish myself with at a young age. Like, it's still really shitty, and they treat you like shit, and they like do everything they can to take advantage of you. And so like you just try, everyone tries to get out of the military as quickly as they can, at least when you're in infantry. Like my brother's case, he picked infantry, which was just like a mistake in and of itself. You just like are treated like a fucking
But the
second-class citizen.
Camaro, you could have got a Camaro.
I don't need no
That
The military and the U.S. government used my grandfather as essentially a guinea pig. He was involved in atomic testing, say 1958. Over a dozen and a half detonations during Operation Hardtack in out on this little Pacific atoll called Eniwetok. And up until 1995, 1996, they were all sworn to secrecy. And by then, a significant majority of them had already died from cancers, and you know, they weren't able to claim disability or anything like that up until 95, 96.
That's some shit.
The
That'll be sketchy as fuck.
he has some very interesting stories, such as, you know, when they would turn around, they would put they had these special glasses or goggles that would essentially protect their eyes from, you know, the brightness. They would turn around the detonation, they would feel the heat wave, and then, you know, some soldiers, though, they would sneak a look, and at the detonation and a little bit afterwards, you could see the bones in your hand from the extreme light and the release of radiation.
Oh, that can't be good.
So-
You can't be seeing
can't be good.
bones. That can't be good. Is your grandpa still alive?
Oh yeah.
You should get him to write all this down, like sell a book.
He just looks at it as another part of his job. But if you ever want to come over and just chit chat, yeah,
I'm gonna take you. Me and grandpa are gonna go out bar hopping. I'm gonna take him out, have a good time.
Then we'll get hookers after.
Hell yeah.
Do a little fat ass line of coke.
I don't know that
Fuck
my
yeah.
grandmother would appreciate
Well,
that.
what your grandma don't know is not gonna hurt her.
Look.
This man was taking nuclear testing. He deserves it. Let him get a hooker every now and then.
Right, dude. Treat
He
yourself.
earned it, man.
You know,
I'm dead.
my grandparents have been married for 63 years.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. That's back when fucking that was normal. Like that's not normal anymore.
That is a lifetime for some people.
Yeah, dude. That's 63 years. Damn, dude.
I want to say it was President Bush That was married
Which
for
one? The
74.
cool one or the old one?
The old one.
Okay.
The cool one or the old one? Fucking forgot there were two of them for a second. I'm like, whoa.
Well, I would say the first one is really the cool one. He
Nah,
was
his
shot
son
down
was
there
doing
and-
fucking coke off of people. Hell yeah. That second one
Oh.
was cool as shit. And he
Yeah, but
blew
the
up two
first one
towers.
was also shot down in World War II.
That's
and
lame.
escaped capture from the
Watch out for the
Japanese.
terrorists.
You got shot down. Fucking loser.
Yeah.
Fly your plane better.
Oh my god.
Just being
I
really
can't believe
insensitive. Here, Tim, here's a question. I was thinking about this the other day.
Ew.
Hypothetically, your wife's like, all right, I'm done with this piece of shit. Divorces you, leaves you. Would you ever get remarried? Do you think you could ever see yourself getting remarried?
Who knows? I mean, I honestly can't even answer that. What about you?
I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was like, what happens if Heather leaves me? Like, I'm fucked. I don't think I'd ever get remarried.
You really don't have. Oh, I froze again. That's fucking tough. I'm back. Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
So annoying. I gotta get an Ethernet cable in here, but I don't know. You never really have a plan for that kind of shit. Like,
Yeah.
Justin, I agree. Justin would be screwed
I'd be
because
screwed.
he's been grooming Heather.
I have since kindergarten.
well,
It's just hard, like, because like Heather for me does all of the bills. She has all the passwords to everything.
wipes
like,
your ass for you.
Yeah, she cooks for
Literally.
Like, all I do is like lift heavy objects, and if I see a bug, I kill it. That's about all I do. I'm not really that useful in this household.
You walk the dogs too.
Yeah, that's about it. Like I clean up shit. I'd be so
Yeah.
fucked.
Well, then you could just hire a servant.
She makes
If,
half the money now. I
things
now I
fell
can't afford
through.
a servant because she makes half the money.
Stream more, dude.
She almost
Make up
every
for
day,
it.
Tim. I was in a maid outfit the other day.
Stream 16 hours a day.
I don't see how people do
Every
that.
day.
Hey guys, here's Crazy Rabbit and my OnlyFans. Now that I've lost the house, I now have to show my ass.
Dude, that would be. I would.
I don't
Single
think I'd
rabbit.
get
would.
remarried.
It's just a hassle. You have to go through all that, and you have to love someone again. Who? That's kind of gay.
Yeah, right.
That's a little fucking.
I
gay.
just I don't know. I think it would just be a very freeing sort of. I think I would take it. I think I would approach that situation and take it as like a very freeing situation. Just kind of like. I mean, I wouldn't have a plan. I couldn't like
difficult,
break anything
man.
down for you. But like, yeah, marriage is a very interesting thing. It's like, it's really not. When you
It
really think about how
fucking
human
sucks.
beings operate, like when you think about how humans are, and like the way they actually think and act, like it's like being with one person forever is like not really what human beings from the beginning of dawn have been like programmed to do. You know what I mean? Like.
yeah, they were just.
Because like in our
dropping
monkey
loads.
brains, yeah, in our little fucking monkey brains, especially us dudes, we're just like, we have to go around and just plant our seeds and fucking just, and you know, like that's basically how we're like naturally barbarically driven, and that's like, marriage is the total opposite of that. It's fighting that exact concept. So it's like,
One thing I found pretty funny. You and me did the same thing in Vegas. The first night, I remember sitting there. I was like, man, I miss my wife. I want to go home.
I
I
was
remember
so
you told me
anxious
the
that
same
entire
thing.
fucking trip, man. I was just like, oh my god, I can't stop thinking about the boys and like just being home. Like I'm just like, I'm with you guys and you guys are like the best, but at the same time, I'm just like, oh fuck, I can't even like eat. I'm so anxious. Yeah,
I miss my
I feel you.
wife. Yeah, that first night I was
miss
like,
my
man,
wife.
I'm a simp.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Hmm.
Guess what your boy has to do after this podcast?
What?
I already told you. You don't even have to guess.
No, tell
Change
me.
a diaper.
I have to fucking play Alpha Omega. Get gameplay for that.
I just wanted to hear you.
godforsaken
I just
map.
wanted to hear you say it.
And then
Justin's
Tog
gonna
after
join you.
that.
No, I'm not.
You
I'm
don't even
gonna-
own Black Ops 4 anymore, do you?
No, it's uninstalled. I have it on my PC, but it's uninstalled.
I don't even have it on my PC. I have it on my Xbox. I never
See,
even
I
bothered to
couldn't
get it
even
on
join
PC.
Couldn't even join
Even
if
if
I
you
wanted
wanted
to.
to.
I don't even have
You know,
an
technically,
Xbox.
I still have to do that Blood of the Dead Easter egg. I didn't actually forget about that. Remember that tweet? How we like?
Yeah, you still got to do that.
I'm gonna do it. It's just I can't promise you exactly what, but it'll happen. It'll happen.
Yeah, get on about that.
I'm not doing it by myself. I gotta find someone to fucking drag me through that thing. So I'll find someone. You know,
don't
I don't
remember how
fucking
to-
know shit about that Easter egg.
I don't even remember how to turn power on that map. Is there a power?
I know how to do that. I don't know how to do anything else. I know how to open up the map. Easter egg beats me.
I haven't played
Not
that
a fucking
shitty
clue.
game in so long.
It's infuriating. I have been angry every time I've had to get gameplay for it this week.
You're almost done. Just gotta fucking play Alpha
It's really fucking like, especially like the past two, like Ancient Evil and fucking Alpha Omega and Dead of the Night. Those maps have been pissing me off, dude. There's just so much shit to do. You have to upgrade 4 wonder weapons every fucking time.
And it's not like they're
Anyways.
easy to upgrade. You have to like look up
No.
Mr. Rothwaffles and fucking
Right.
follow his little dumbass tutorial. Fuck that game. Game's dog
Fuck
shit.
that game. Shot it with a gun.
Deserved it.
Speaking of zombies, has there been any news on ZWC?
It's gonna be in Europe.
I thought that was a
in
joke tweet because it was April 1st.
Oh, it
when
was?
I thought because it was on
Oh.
April 1st when they tweeted that.
Yeah, okay, never mind then. If that's the case, then it was an April Fool's joke. But I did see on Twitter they were gonna do it in Europe. I think the UK.
Oh, then
Like
I'm not
London
going.
was the particular place. they were
I
going.
really hope they do it in Vegas again. Because I want an excuse for everybody to get out to Vegas.
You
again.
didn't do anything in
21.
Vegas.
Dude, I'll be 21 this time though. So even though I did like most of what I wanted to do, I can actually do like any and everything now. Everything.
Manly can stay in a different room. You can
Yeah, but
experience
this
what
time
another
you don't have
room is
to
You
like.
can sleep in my bed all day and warm it up for when I get back. Fucking drunk at 3 in the morning.
This time we could go on out to the desert in the middle of the night and shoot some machine guns.
The last thing I want to do is go out into the middle of a
That'd be dope.
fucking desert with you and get gay.
I kind of want to shoot guns.
What-
I've only fired a couple. I think I've only fired one real gun ever,
Really?
and it was like some busted ass fucking rifle in my grandfather's basement. It's literally unsafe to use. It was all fucked up. It was either I think it was a carbine. I think. I honestly would be lying to you if I said I knew the exact like model and everything, but
We're gonna have to
pretty
get
sure
you
it was
down
a
here.
carbine.
Shoot some guns, man.
Yeah, I'm a total like virgin in that territory, man. Like I'm a gun virgin. Like I barely know, like I barely really ever fired a real gun.
Justin would get his FFL. I could get him in it.
No. No. I have you. Why do I need one if I have you? I just bum off of you until you go to prison.
Wow.
Works for me. Do you guys want?
Well, that's the podcast.
Yeah, let's say. Do you guys want to call it? We're about a decent amount in.
Yeah. I'll within the next 5 minutes, I'd say. I have 5 minutes or less.
I can do that. Well, Tim, your podcast. Do you really not have any like good like that's the hard part that I had with this one was coming up with like I just went with the Rabb1t podcast because it was fucking easy. Like, are you trying to get like a fancy name or some shit?
No, I'm not gonna overdo it. I think I'm just gonna keep the channel name as my name, and then like for the podcast, maybe I've always thought it's very pretentious to have a podcast be like, for example, like the Tim Hansen Show or something like that.
That'd be a good name.
But it's so
Low-key.
fuck. It just for me, it's always hit the ear wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just sounds
about-
very like up your own ass.
I am very.
What
up
about
mine.
Hanson and Friends?
That sounds a little gay.
Oh.
I picture like
I'm
a
open to a
giant
lot of-
rainbow in the back. You know what? I'm liking this idea. Hanson and Friends.
I don't know.
Get Chris
maybe,
on there.
Maybe Tim Time or some shit like that.
Tim Talk.
Well, let me spell this. Let me type it out and see what it looks like while it's typed out. That looks pretty dope.
Oh, it does.
What? Fuck?
Yeah, now that you write it out, it actually does look pretty good. Tim Time.
Tim.
Tim. Like it. I can't wait. I'm curious to see what you do. I want to hurry up and make it. I want to see what it's gonna be.
Like I said, there are only 2 things I really have yet to like kind of fully flesh out, and that's the name, and then also like I know how I want to start it. I just don't know like because like I guess it would like this podcast is sort of a whatever's relevant podcast, a general podcast, and that's like kind of what I want to do. But I also know that I maybe like having a niche would be good, like. COD Zombies, for example, I wouldn't do a podcast on it, but like I've been doing zombies forever, and so when people subscribe to me, they know like definitively, like, hey, I'm here for this, and there's no way I won't be here for this. But if I do like a vague sort of like general thing, I feel like I'm more prone to like not retain people, if that makes sense. Like I'd be less likely to retain people because like they'd pop in and be like, oh, here's this random guy who's talking about this thing that I'm interested in, but then he won't talk about it ever again. And like,
just promise me
that's my only concern.
Have zombie YouTubers on, don't spend the entire time talking about zombies. Like if you do a podcast with like Lex and Pat, just 10 minutes max.
Right, we'll touch upon it because a lot of our backgrounds involve it, but like I won't like drag it out.
What I think would be pretty cool, like when you do it with them, like interview them, like figure out their history and like what got them into YouTube and everything. Because
like I want to learn about their childhood and their upbringing and like just how like their whole journey from the point from like when they were a child, just like playing video games for fun, basically until like they became successful fucking YouTubers. Like those are the kinds of questions I'd ask them because like a lot of that shit I have no idea.
Like I don't think they ever touch on it in like their streams or anything.
Yeah, man, it'd be good. It would be really cool to exchange those kinds of stories. And like those two have a special bond too, Lex and Pat. They're both like the Canadian zombies YouTubers that were both like super successful, and they were like genuine friends too for years and years and years. So maybe like having them both on at the same time would be a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Like I feel like we could talk for hours and hours.
Can't wait. So make sure to check out Tim's channel. He's got working on it, getting it soon, and we'll probably get him in the Discord, and he can have his own little channels and everything. We'll get a nice little Discord.
Yeah, don't worry, guys. I just have to force myself to play Black Ops 4 for a little bit longer, okay? And then when I'm done fucking analyzing that shit game, it has its good moments, but it's not gonna get a great review from Tim. It's gonna get a mostly not great review from me.
Are you sure? I thought it was good times, a lot of fun.
I would say I would say 9 is a good map. Ancient Evil's a good map.
Classified.
And then Classified's like kind of like you can't fuck that up because like that's a classic good map.
Oh,
but he's back.
Are we still recording or?
Just getting ready to end.
We're pretty much done.
Yeah.
Sick. Well, thank you guys so much for watching.
That is episode whatever. Check out Timothy down below, and if these two want me to link anything, I will. I know Manlet won't, so if Carson wants me to link anything, that'll be down below.
And if you like the video, make sure to actually like physically show that. Don't just ignore the like button.
And check us out on Spotify. Link is down there below. That helps me a lot. I don't get paid for that yet, so check us out on Spotify. That's gonna be it. Episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. I pressed the wrong button. There we go.